Welcome to the Well Woman Coaching Podcast, where faith meets wellness and women rise into healing and wholeness. I'm your host, Alexis Crisp, certified Christian life coach, fitness trainer, and nutrition educator. Each week, we explore what it means to live well, spiritually, mentally, and physically. From movement and mindset to rest and renewal, this is your space to grow strong in faith and wellness. As it says in 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, "Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well." However you showed up today, tired, thriving, or somewhere in between, I'm glad you're here. Let's be well women together. In last week's episode, we talked about the fear of rejection and how it can quietly shape how we see ourselves and others. We learned that feeling rejected doesn't mean we are rejected. God calls us chosen, loved, and set apart. Today, we're continuing that conversation by exploring the fear of abandonment, the fear that people we depend on will leave us or that we'll be left alone when we need them most. In this episode, I'll walk with you through a moment of science to understand where this fear comes from, a faith reflection to remind us of God's constant presence, and a practical check in to help you feel safe and grounded again. If you've ever struggled with anxiety about being left alone, unseen, left out, this episode is for you. Let's go deeper. First, we'll start with our moment of science. The fear of abandonment is deeply tied to our early attachment patterns. From birth, our brains are wired to seek connection and security. When our caregivers are nurturing and consistent, we learn that the world is safe and people can be trusted. But when connection feels unpredictable, our nervous system can develop a heightened sensitivity to signs of distance or disconnection. That's why, as adults, even small things, a delayed response to a text message, canceled plans, a change in tone, all of these things can trigger very powerful emotional reactions that we feel in our bodies. I don't know if any of you can relate, but I can. Our brains perceive these moments as potential loss, and our bodies react with anxiety, tension, or even shutdown. Neurologically, this is linked to the amygdala and limbic system. We went over the amygdala in the Gift of Anxiety episode that I would encourage you to listen to if you haven't already. When these systems activate, it triggers a stress response. We feel like our emotional safety has been threatened. The good news is that healing is possible. Through awareness, healthy relationships, and spiritual grounding, we can actually train our nervous systems that safety and connection are available, especially in God's presence. Let's shift to our faith reflection. Psalm 27, verse 10 says, "Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me." This verse reminds us that even when human relationships fail, God never does. He receives us, holds us, and stays near, even when we feel forgotten by the world. Another scripture to reflect on is Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6, which says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." That is a promise that we can rest in. We are never truly alone. When others may walk away, or when it feels like others have walked away, when silence feels heavy, when you're unsure of who's really in your corner, we know that He still is. So when that fear of abandonment rises up, what are we going to do? Pause and pray. Lord, remind me that you are here. Teach me to rest in your presence, even when people are absent. And now for our practical check in, actions that we can take right now to help ourselves heal and retrain our nervous system. Ask yourself, what moment or memory is really being triggered right now? Am I reacting to the present or to a past experience that still needs healing? Who or what can help me feel grounded and safe right now? Then take a few deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Remind yourself, I am safe, I am seen, I am never alone. I hope that you are catching on to a theme here where we pause and pray and take a few deep breaths. You can even place your hand over your heart and say, God, thank you for being here with me. In our closing reflection, let's think about this. The fear of abandonment often hides beneath our need for control, perfection, or reassurance. But the truth is, you are already fully known and fully loved by the one who never leaves. Let today be the day you stop chasing safety and start resting in it, because peace doesn't come from who stays, it comes from who's with you always. As we wrap up this conversation, let's remember rejection does not define you. It can refine you, redirect you, and strengthen the foundation of who you are in God. You are chosen, you are loved, you are not forgotten. And as we move into the holiday season, that same confidence and peace can apply to how you care for your body, because just like your worth isn't determined by someone's opinion, your wellness isn't defined by one meal or one moment. In our next episode, we'll shift from emotional nourishment to physical nourishment in how to eat well during the holidays, grace over guilt. We'll talk about how to enjoy food freely, stay balanced, and approach the table with gratitude instead of guilt. As you prepare your heart for the holidays, keep this truth close. You are not rejected, and you are never without grace. Thanks for sharing today's episode with me. I hope it was inspiring, encouraged you, and gave you something meaningful to think about. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little encouragement today. You can stay connected and find more resources by visiting my website or following along on social media. Until next time, take care of your mind, body, and spirit, and keep showing up as the best version of you.